I love bugs. Okay, I have some little golden books to share today, and they are for a certain theme, a holiday that's coming up. It's one of our favorites in our family, or at least one of my favorites. I know that we all seem to enjoy it. Christmas! Today I have a few good books to share, and the first one up is called Santa's Toy Shop. Oh my gosh, sorry. This one is a Walt Disney's Santa's Toy Shop edition. So the illustrations are by the Walt Disney Studio, adapted by Al Dempster. I think the pictures are going to be pretty phenomenal considering they're coming from the Walt Disney Studio, right? And if you remember, we read an owl book before that I thought had a similar look to a Walt Disney owl. And maybe there's a certain connection there that I'm not aware of. Okay, let's jump in. Way up north in the land of ice and snow stands a cozy little house. And beside the front door hangs a neat little sign. S-Claus, says the sign. Why do you think it says S-Claus? Who do you think S-Claus is for? Because that is who lives there, Santa Claus. I bet you already knew that though, right? Look at that. He has a couple of elves outside. And they're on skis and they have ski poles. Looks like they're enjoying the cold weather. Do you enjoy the cold weather? Do you enjoy snow? We don't get snow as often as you would think in Colorado, but we do get it. In the high country, we do. I enjoy snow, but I like to enjoy it from the indoors, not necessarily from the outside. Mrs. Santa Claus lives there too, of course. She keeps house for Santa Claus and for all the elves who work in Santa's toy shop. And what a busy place that toy shop is. Look at that. She's baking. She's baking cookies for Santa Claus and all the elves. And she's got her beautiful little copper pots on the stove. I love her stove. I've always wanted a stove like that. That's beautiful. And copper pots. Who doesn't want a good copper pot? And did you notice she's making cookies? I guess it really is true. Santa Claus just eats cookies all the time. He eats them full time. I know that we leave him iced pumpkin cookies because we want to be just kind of different. We heard that a lot of people leave him chocolate chip cookies and peanut butter cookies and oatmeal raisin cookies. So we thought, well, let's just be a little different. Let's leave iced pumpkin cookies, one of our family favorites. And that's also a way that we close out the iced pumpkin cookies for the year because it seems to be more of a fall cookie and we enjoy it in the fall. But that's the last time that we kind of make it for the year is at Christmas to give a batch to Santa Claus and enjoy ourselves. And then we move on to all the decadent and lovely chocolate goodness that Christmas seems to bring that leads all the way into Valentine's Day. All right, let's keep going. In the doll department, oh my goodness, look at all the dolls they're making. Some of them have hats, some of them have bows. They have a ton of clothes. Look at them working hard. They have the scissors put away nicely. And they have teddy bears too on the top shelf. Did you see that? I think they're working on the color blue this day. And the train department, look at the trains. Oh my goodness, I love it. My grandfather used to have a whole train collection and it took up the basement. And then when he moved to Colorado, oh, that was in Illinois. And then when he moved to Colorado, it took up the whole garage and it was amazing. He had valleys and towns and mountains and grassy knolls and it was layered and beautiful. I wonder what happened to that. I wish my kids could have gotten a photo of that. Oh, it was pretty incredible. And the game and building set department. Wow, look at all those games. We have checkers. Oh my goodness, look at the way they're painting on checkers. Who knew? It's one swipe and it does both red and black. That's pretty magical. I would think that you'd have to do those colors separately. Not so, not by this picture. And they have blocks and Lincoln logs and horseshoes. Boy, they're really working hard, aren't they? Getting ready to make our holidays magical. And dozens of departments up and down the halls. Happy little Christmas elves are busy all year long making and trying out the toys. Look in the corner over there. They have a little donkey. I love donkeys. They're one of my favorites. I don't know why. I think they're so cute. I think they're cute when they're stubborn. See, back again with the stubborn. I love the stubborn. I like something with a little personality, a little sassiness. Oh, and look at that elf. He's playing football or getting ready to. This guy's testing out the tractor and marbles. Do kids play with marbles anymore? I wonder. Oh, and look what they're writing at the blocks. I see a couple of words forming. What do you think it says? Oh, everyone is busy in Santa's toy shop, but Santa Claus is busiest of all. He shows the doll makers how to paint on smiles. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's talk about it. It really is hard to do a smile. Right now I'm working on a doll for my granddaughter, and doing the smile, it's kind of one of the hardest things, and I haven't done it yet. Hold, I'll show you. I'll show it to you. Let me pause. Okay, she's almost ready, so you'll see her at Christmas time. But here she is, and she has her eyes, and she has her hair, and she's almost finished. But again, we have to do the smile, and the smile is the hard part. I get it, Santa Claus. I totally get it. I'll take a day off soon, says Santa Claus, and play. But letters keep coming from boys and girls wanting talking dolls and cowboy boots, rocking horses and fireman suits. Did you hear it? Did you hear the rhyme? I heard it. Boots and suits. I'm just too busy, Santa Claus sometimes says. I never have time to play with the toys. It does seem to feel busy this time of year, doesn't it? You can kind of feel the excitement, the anticipation, as everybody around you seems busier, right? Also, he keeps getting letters from little girls and boys wanting talking dolls and cowboy boots, rocking horses, and fireman suits. Wonder what you're asking for this year. I'm very, very curious. And most of those children have been so good, Santa has to do his best to please them. So the days whiz by in Santa's toy shop, and soon it is Christmas Eve again, and Santa Claus has still not played with a single toy. Look at that. Of course, right when I'm filming, the dogs have to bark, because that always happens every time, doesn't it? I'm not going to pause. Let's talk about this for a second. Did you hear what they said in the first line? And most of those children have been so good, Santa has to do his best to please them. It doesn't say that Santa will please everybody with everything that they want, right? He's going to do his best to please them. And sometimes that's hard to not get what you want, and it hurts, it kind of makes us sad, but there are so many things that are a little bit more important this time of year that have to be taken care of, and so Santa is doing his best to please them. And so we're thankful for that, and we're appreciative of that. And we always have to have a good, thankful heart, because we may not get what we want, but we'll always get what we need. Oh, jumping jacks, said Santa Claus last Christmas Eve, as Mrs. Claus buttoned up his warm red coat. Now I have to give all these toys away, and I never will get to try any out. And he almost scowled. What does that mean, scowled? What does that look like? Scowled. Let me see your best scowl. Nice. That was a good one. Actually scared me. That was a pretty good scowl. All right. But Mrs. Claus whispered something into Santa's ear. And he left the house, chuckling to himself. What do you think she said to him? What do you think she whispered in his ear? Secrets don't make friends, but in this case it's okay because they're married and they're allowed to have secrets. And he left the house chuckling to himself. So whatever it is, she helped put him back in a good mood. Wonderful idea, the reindeer heard him say as they waited at the door, hitched to the heaped up sleigh. Say and sleigh. Here we go again. I love it. I love it. Oh, look at the reindeer. Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donner, Blitzen. Let's count them. Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donner, Blitzen. Where's Rudolph? Rudolph isn't in this picture. He's probably getting special treatment. He gets to take his time. He's probably in a nice warm barn right now, getting ready to lead the sleigh. Getting his nose cleaned up and cleared up so it can guide the sleigh tonight. All right. Then all night long around the world they flew, and Santa dropped down chimneys with his loads of toys, or slipped in doors or windows where the chimney didn't fit. All right, look at that. Look at the one on the end, that little elf. Boy, he's playing games with that, isn't he? He's living right on the edge. I don't know if that's safe. This is before they made you wear seatbelts everywhere, because clearly, look at all 4 elves. They're having a hootin' good time. All right, let's count the reindeer again, or name them. Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donner, Blitzen. Where is Rudolph? He's not in this one either. Maybe this was right before Rudolph's time. Maybe this was before the Rudolph era. Okay. The load grew lighter in the sleigh as they went, and at last Santa Claus was slipping down the chimney into the very last house on the list. Very last house on the list. Looks like a pretty good bag for the very last house on the list, I have to say. I wonder what it's like to be the very first house and the very last house. Probably pretty good, huh? There he found a Christmas tree all set up, and he put the final touches on it and lit all the lights. Okay, I am loving that tree. Do you see it? It's a chubby little tree. It looks like a pyramid. That's so cute. He's a fat guy. What kind of tree do you have? Do you have a flocked tree? That means they put the white or the blue paint, I guess, all over the tree when it's flocked. Do you have a white tree that's already white, or an artificial tree, a fake tree? That would be artificial. Or do you have a real tree? We have a real tree. We get to go pick it. It's so much fun. We get to go with our grandgirls, and they help us pick it out. And we make it a night, an adventure. I can't wait to find out how I can't wait to find out what kind of tree you have in your home. He found a plate of cookies and a glass of milk with a note that said, "For dear Santa Claus." So he sat himself down and had a bite of lunch. Wow, he counts a cookie as lunch. Let's try that at home. Let's see if we can say, "Hey, Mom, I'd like lunch. Hand me one of those cookies." Would that go over? I wonder. Hold on, I hear something. Then he unpacked the toys as he always does. But he did not hustle right away. Not this time, no. See? Look at that. The very last house gets all of the leftover toys. Hey now. It's not bad being patient and being the last house. Look at this. They have blocks, a fire truck, a doll, a ball, a tennis racket, skates, jacks, marble, an airplane, train tracks. Apparently everything that forgot to be handed out before. He set up the new electric train and sent it speeding around the track and through the tunnel. Hey, we saw that tunnel being painted, didn't we? This is pretty incredible. Look at that elf working. He's so cute, that little elf. Again, remember when we read The Elves and the Shoemaker and how much I wanted to keep an elf? I don't want to talk about it. I would try to set up a home. If I knew that now that I know that Santa Claus comes maybe with a couple of elves, I might want to leave a couple of things out for the elves. Do they eat cookies, I wonder? I'm going to find out this year. He sent the model airplane spinning around the Christmas tree, and he built a whole village with Christmas blocks. See, that's so cool. That's so cool. Again, look at that adorable tree in the background. That tree's cute. I like it. Oh, they have one of those horses that you just kind of giddy up, get along on. And Lincoln logs. I like the Lincoln logs. And look, Legos are making an appearance over the yellow Legos. When Santa had tried every Christmas toy, back home he flew in his magical sleigh to Mrs. Santa Claus. There's those reindeer. We have only 8. No Rudolph yet. This is pre-Rudolph era. Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donner, Blitzen. And Blitzen's the one in the front. Let's try that again. Never have I had such fun, Santa told Mrs. Claus. I did as you suggested and stopped at the last house. And he whispered the children's name in her ear. Look at the little guy on the end. He's trying to listen with them big old ears, but they both are. Look on either side of the fireplace. They're both trying to listen. I love it. The guy in the middle, he has the primo spot. He can hear everything from that spot. Do you think he might pick your house to stop at this year? Okay. All right. So that's the thing. We just found out you want to be the last house on Santa's route. A, you might get more toys. I'm just saying, I don't know. And B, he's going to play, and so you might have the opportunity to see him. I don't know. I don't know what I know. I just know what I read. Okay. All right, love bugs. I hope you enjoyed that book. I enjoyed reading it to you. Remember who you are, where you come from, and that you are loved wholly and unconditionally. That means all of you, no matter what. Take care, and Merry Christmas.